We'll just kind of talk about what Coach Jasper reviewed with you after the game. Anything in particular that you learned from that first start?
I mean, we had a pretty good start. I mean, definitely not the best game we've ever played. You know, there's a lot of things to make changes of and execute better. I think that goes as a whole. You know, we always have room to improve. So
the passes. I mean, their first couple passes, you know, they were close. I know that Coach Ingram got angry about the one decision, but if you've looked at the few passes early on that didn't get completed, anything you would change about those?
I mean, we want to take shots, especially just one-on-one downfield. So I mean, you know, it'll come our way sometime, but we just got to work on it in practice. And then, you know, just the misreads, that's my fault. That's something I've been working with Coach Jasper with in practice this whole week.
So in that one case where he thought you should have thrown to the check down, it's just a matter of taking that one extra more second to scan the field?
Yeah, and you know, I was in hurry-up mode, so I just, like, instinct went, and I just wanted to pull the ball down and run it. So yeah, just, I guess in that moment, just calm down and then know that I have that check down right there. So.
Right. And with regard to the pitch to Malcolm, I mean, that play looked a little odd. I mean, and Coach told me the timing was slightly off. Malcolm was a little slow getting. Is that kind of what threw you off, that he wasn't quite where you thought he would be?
So that's just it was just a misdirection play, like counter play. And I mean, even if Malcolm was slow, it's my job as a quarterback to get the ball to where it needs to be. So I take full blame for that. So, and yeah, Malcolm and I, we've been working on it. So
was that the most times you've carried the ball in a game, even from high school?
I'm not sure. I couldn't quote you on that. But
right. You think you may have carried like in the range of 30 times in high school?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Really? Okay. And how did you feel afterwards? I mean, did you hold up pretty well? I mean, that's a lot of hits.
Yeah, I mean, I felt fine. I mean, the couple hours of weather delay wasn't awesome, but
right.
But I mean, yeah, I feel fine. You know, I'm healthy right now, so we're all good.
Is it good to get that first game jitters out of the way, and then, you know, I have a funny feeling the second game you'll be a lot smoother in all respects?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that first game we needed a big win, so that was good for the team.
Well, one thing we didn't have a chance to talk about the other day when I spoke to you on the phone is the run defense. You held them to 40 yards on 24 carries. It's like an average of 1.5 per carry. That's the fewest amount of rushing yards by an opponent since like 2009, 8 years. Right. What did you feel you did well?
Well, they were throwing the ball a lot, and you know, I think we had 7 or 8 tackles for loss. That helps with those. You had a couple of sacks. I don't know what the distance was, but you know, so that takes some of that off. And they really didn't attempt to run until toward the end of the game. You know, early on there was a few, but I think they came out thinking they were going to beat us with throwing the ball. So hopefully we can hold these guys to 49 yards. Right. These guys, they run the ball really well. So we'll see where our run defense is.
Right.
This week we'll get tested this week. Last week it was they were just trying to throw the ball, I think.
Right. Well, and that's what I mostly was going to talk to you about, the zone option that they employ. Willie was at Georgia Southern. You played him when he was there. You've seen the success he's had over the years. Talk a little bit about their zone option, some of the principles and what they do that makes it hard to stop.
Well, they're a lot like our guys. They get numbers, they get angles. It's a really good offense. They've got some misdirection stuff. You know, you have to be super honest with your eyes. You know, they run the zone downhill, and they got a blocker for everybody, so you're trying to get somebody in there and at the same time keep somebody out. It's a really good offense, and they know it really well. The guys are running it more efficient this year than they were last year, which is pretty typical. I mean, he's been there now a year in the spring probably, so they're pretty prolific, really. They got 3 really good running backs. I mean, I think they might
Hilliard you saw last year, Don.
Yeah, Hilliard is really good, number 10, number 22. All of those guys are superior guys. That the one quarterback that we played last year is back. He's the backup, and they got a junior college kid at quarterback that throws the ball well. He runs the offense well. I don't know where he came from. They ran that offense, but he's a good runner. He throws the ball, so they're getting the pieces. You know, he's a super coach. He's got a great staff. I mean, it's going to be a real challenge this week.
So Nehemiah was telling me when they run zone, they'll run it to one side or the other, and they're reading off different people than what you all do in your offense. A lot of times people who play Navy try to do some things, stunts, to throw off the quarterback's read. In a zone option system, Is there any way to know what they're reading off of?
Well, they can read, they can read the end man, they can read the next guy out. It just depends on, they'll pull somebody and block that guy and take it out to the next. I mean, they'll take it all the way out to the corner and read him. So there's really not. You just have to be sound with your eyes, and you have to beat blocks. I mean,
I was going to say, so there's no way to fake them out or try to trick them or do what
I think they're like our guys. They've done it long enough. It's going to be, you're not going to trick them. They've adjusted to everything. We're not going to show up with something that they go, wow, that's brand new. We don't know how to do it. Again, I would say they're a lot like our offensive guys. They see what's happening. They go, okay, we saw that 3 years ago, and they make their switch. So they'll be able to do the same thing. So we have to be smart about what we're doing. And, they do a really, really good job with the offense.
Is there any particular positions or players that are key in against this option of the zone option? Is there, is Pittman who got to really show up front? Or
Everybody that's in the box has to show up, because a lot of the times they have a blocker for everybody. You try to get an extra guy in there, but they're running zone. They're not really reading anybody in there. So
right.
If they hand the ball downhill and you don't gain a guy and or you get blocked and you can't get off blocks, then you're gonna have problems.
So when you say zone, so what they'll basically do is pull people and basically not worry about blocking the backside, because those guys really can't be involved with the play.
Well, yeah, sometimes they pull and sometimes they leave all 5 O-linemen in there and they just block their guy, and the backs are super patient. They get up in there and just sort of look for a spot to open and then hit it. So they have some plays they pull on. They have some plays they don't pull on. Key guys, just like our offense's quarterback, I'm sure he's getting them into and out of plays that they want or don't want. But again, like probably every offense, but in that especially, just like our offense, the quarterback is key. He's doing a lot of things. Their running back, kind of like our A-backs, are super important. They depend on them a lot. So they've got some good receivers. I mean, they're a really good football team.
Last year you held them to a pretty low number, but it was their first year running this offense. I imagine after a year, spring ball, camp, Willie's got them running it better.
No doubt about it. They're some of the blocks that they missed on us last year, they're making this year. So again, we're going to have to play really, really well. We're going to have to get off blocks and run to the football. I mean, they're a good football team. They're physical. Our O-line are big. They're physical. Again, they know who to block. Receivers are physical. Again, I would compare them a lot to our guys. Their receivers take a lot of pride in blocking. You can see that when they're out there blocking. A lot of guys. A lot of guys won't. They want to catch the ball. They don't want to block. And I think they've got them to the point. Same, just like our receivers. I think they would rather block than catch the ball. So, he's done a really nice job. They're a good team.
What's the grade on the offensive line after week 1? You rushed for a ton of yards, so it must have been pretty good.
Probably like every other first game. Some good things, some bad things. I thought we played hard early, and obviously it was really hot and humid down there, so probably faded a little bit at the end. But we're able to play a lot of kids. We played 11. I think we played 11 guys during the game, which was huge. Offensive linemen.
11
which
offensive
may be the
linemen?
most we've ever played in a game. It was still in contention.
I'm shocked.
So we played a lot of guys, and that was kind of the plan going in. So yeah, we're excited to be able to get those guys in there, and I kind of think this year, I think maybe we have the liberty to play more guys than we have in the past, because we've got some older guys who haven't played a lot but know the system, who've been practicing the offense for 3 or 4 years, and it's probably time for them to step up.
So I mean, without having the participation chart, I'm good with Njiki and Forney both played at guard, right?
And Forney played at center.
Oh, he did.
And Njiki played at guard, and also coming off the bench, Satchel and Steven Satchel and Seth White played.
They also got in the game.
They also got in the game.
When Evan Martin went out with the ankle, who moved in there?
Njiki initially.
Right.
Then Njiki cramped up. Then we went with Satchel, and then we went with Seth White some as well.
Right. But Forney got in there for Parker.
Right.
Right. A lot of reps or no?
Not very many.
Right.
If you'll remember, we had the fumble snap going in, and
that was
Forney was in, so obviously
you put that on Forney?
He was the center, and we fumbled a snap, so we took him out of the game.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
it's hard to say, obviously.
Right. Who the fault? Right.
Yeah, I put it on him.
Right.
Without a doubt.
Tackles. Who else got in other than Hawk and
Wood?
Wood.
Ford Higgins played quite a bit.
Yeah, I did see Fort Higgins in there a lot.
And
On
Michael,
the left side, well, Hawk went out with the cramps.
Correct. And Michael Rayford played well over 10 snaps as
Really?
well. Yeah.
So that's most of his career, probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, without a doubt. Probably combined.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so we had a lot of guys play, so it was great.
You envision that going forward?
I don't know if we'll play that many, but I do envision having a rotation and playing at least 3 guards. Would like to play 2 centers and hopefully play at least 3 tackles every game. And as these guys play and as they get more comfortable, then maybe more. You know, Michael Rayford's only going to get better.
Right.
I mean, he's big, he's athletic. Ford Higgins is going to be a really good player for us. So, you know, it'd be smart for us to get those guys reps. David Forney's going to be a really good football player. We got Brian Barrett's another center who is super talented.
Yeah, 320-something.
Yeah, and he is talented. He's going to play at some point. So we keep trying to push the envelope on that.
Somebody who watched film who knows what they're talking about thought Wade played really well.
He did. He played really hard and fought really hard in there. I was proud of the way he played.
Right, because you got a lot of the inside yards. I mean, obviously it was a phone booth game, and Zach and Hyde did a lot of damage interior. So I'm going to guess your inside guys played pretty well.
They did, and Parker played the most snaps of anybody on the team.
He did.
So he kept fighting and scratching and clawing in there. I was proud of the way he played.
So the one thing Coach Niemot said to me the other day was he was a little annoyed that it took him so long to recognize that they were going against the 50 front, being as that's what Air Force done, and being as that's what they see all spring. Were you disappointed in that as well?
Oh yeah, the first drive of the game, obviously they knew it was a 50 front, but just the nuances of how to block things, or maybe stepping a little too wide here, or something like that. But we had several missed assignments on the first drive, which was kind of troubling, considering it's a defense that they practice against all spring, all fall camp. So no, that was not good.
So would you just get them on the sideline in between the first and second possession? Hey, look, come on, you know what this is, and you know what to do, and then they got it.
That was basically the conversation. Maybe a little more colorful, but it's a 50 defense. You guys know what to do. Let's do it. And we talked through everything, the things that we thought we would like to do. And after that, we were much better. So,
all right, very good.